The Earth says hello.
Nice.
Okay,
It's also in the new Wonka, well, the old new Wonka.
okay, so the best format for me to download it to is
Does it say Wave?
it
Wave?
does, yes, okay.
Yeah, so download it in Wave. Yeah.
Okay. And now it says download.
G.
How do I pronounce that?
Uncle G.
What's the
Okay.
name of it?
Uncle G.
Oh,
show
the
her.
name of the album. Name of the album.
Yeah,
It's pronounced Onamel. It's Greek.
okay.
Thanks. All right. So we are here today for the October edition of the Out Loud Poetry Podcast in conjunction with the Out Loud Anthology. I'm here with my co-host Doug and Starchild. I just wanted to start out with a reading from the book. This one is by a Black widow poet, Gina Carrillo. I might have said her name wrong. And it's called Rainbow Connection. Rainbow in the sky, colorful flags raised high. Take a chance with a glance, it's your reflection. It's the rainbow connection. I am who I am. Approval isn't needed. I used to think what I wanted was just a pipe dream. Every time I'm cut open, I bleed in different colors. My friendships have gotten me through most rainy days. We take care of each other. Yet I still struggle with darkness versus light. It's not as easy as what is false or true. I was lost and now I'm found. Here is what I do. I no longer live for the weekends. You just can't go through life treating yourself like a zero, trying to be someone else's hero. I can go anywhere. I can be anything. Why not go out on a limb? Isn't that where the fruit is? You know, education is the one thing no one can take away from me. You can't judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree. There are friends to know and ways to grow. Rainbow in the sky, colorful flags raised high. Take a chance with a glance. It's your reflection. It's the rainbow connection. I want you to know that the first time I read that, I read it in like the Reading Rainbow. It was probably supposed to be, but yeah. So today, how do you have a question already, Robert? Today we are going over LGBTQ history facts. What's up?
Oh, I want to just remind us that there was a song by the Rainbow Connection, and it was sung by Kermit the Frog.
Yes.
I'm hoping next time you read that poem, Shockie, you can read it like Kermit the Frog.
I'll do you one better. I have a recording of Rich Boucher singing that with his ukulele in Albuquerque. So maybe we'll play that at some point. All right. So today I figured we would do some fun because nobody wanted to do research for today, let's be honest. But it is LGBTQ History Month. And also on October 11th is National Coming Out Day in the US. So I figured if you guys were down, we could take a quiz on LGBTQ history. And then we'll just all learn some things. And even the people in the room today can join us in answering questions and join in on the quiz. How do you guys think about that? Thumbs up from Starchild. Thumbs up from Doug, Robert, Terry, and General Lissimo don't have a choice. They're just in it.
I'm probably going to fail the quiz because I'm pretty ignorant.
Oh man, listen, I didn't do very good on it myself.
Did we have
I'm
teams?
probably gonna bomb it too, but
Did
whatever.
we have teams?
Do you want teams?
I'm just
No.
joking. Just joking.
So before I start, I just wanted to let everyone, our listeners know, LGBT History Month is a annual month-long observance of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender history and the history of gay rights and related civil rights movements. It was founded in 1994 by Missouri high school teacher Rodney Wilson. It provides role models, builds community, and represents a civil rights statement about the contributions of the LGBTQ plus community. As of 2022, It is a month-long celebration specific to Australia, Canada, Cuba, Finland, Germany, Hungary, Italy, the United Kingdom, and the United States. So, getting into the quiz. And for those of you who may ask, because we have Robert in the room who normally says the letters differently. First History Month fact here, it was originally GLBT until the late 80s, early 90s during the AIDS epidemic, when no one would take care of gay men or persons with AIDS, and lesbian nurses stepped up to take care of them and nurse them during that time. And as a tribute, they transfixed the letters to LGBT as a result, but neither is incorrect. So, first question. There's a lot of these. In 1648, in New France, a military drummer received what sentence for the crime of homosexuality?
Can I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Castration.
No.
Oh,
I'm gonna guess he was
Like,
What did you say?
What year was it?
1648. Don't go Googling it.
He received a life sentence.
no.
yeah,
Okay,
death
pardon
sentence,
me.
definitely a
I
death
think-
sentence.
Guillotine.
Death
Didn't-
sentence is correct.
Oh yeah,
Guillotine?
Guillotine is correct? Okay.
Death penalty.
Is that the
Wow.
guillotine?
but how'd they do it? You
It
know?
doesn't say.
Okay, just death sentence.
Oh
Cool.
no, he was sentenced to hanging.
Chaining. Okay.
Yeah, they hung him. He was found
Wow.
guilty of sodomy.
Did they hang him
Wow.
and then chop his head off afterwards?
I don't know what it is with you with heads, but no, they just hung him.
so there was some rope involved.
There was some tying up going on. All right. Which very famous, I'm not even going to give you the options on this because you guys should know this one. Which very famous CNN reporter came out in 2012?
Anderson Cooper.
Yep.
I'm 2 for 2. I thought I was gonna fail.
Anderson Cooper. Isn't he he's the son of one of those billionaires.
Yeah, he's the son of Gloria Vanderbilt.
Yeah, the Vanderbilt. That's it. All right. What was the very first country to introduce same-sex marriage?
Oh, man. Take a stab at this one.
I'll be nice
Um,
and give you the options. It's Netherlands, Denmark, Sweden, or the United States.
Oh, so the Netherlands, I think.
US is out. I'm going to go with Sweden.
Amsterdam.
Another one.
Netherlands.
Sweden,
Amsterdam
that's
was not in the list.
Netherlands. It's the Netherlands.
Sweden. No, wait. Was it Sweden?
where- Sweden is
Netherlands.
where ABBA is from.
It was the Netherlands.
Ah,
Netherlands. Woo!
you're on a roll.
Amsterdam. This was a really good movie. I don't know if anyone watched it, but what was the name of the extremely talented cryptanalyst and computer scientist who, after being subjected to chemical castration, is believed to have taken his own life in 1954?
Is that Turing?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Alan
Alan
Turing.
Turing.
Yeah. Alan Turing, played by Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
The
it was a-
Imitation Game. Great
Yes,
movie.
great
Hell
movie.
yeah.
But I mean, obviously, it was a great movie, but he is a real person.
Yeah,
Father of
yeah.
computer science, and he was prosecuted in 1952 for indecency, and ended up committing suicide by poison. This is a good one. I didn't know. Same-sex relationships were common in ancient Greece. What elite military unit was formed of couples chosen to fight side by side in combat during the 4th century BCE?
You have to repeat that for me.
I hate you. Same-sex relationships were common in ancient Greece. What elite military unit was formed of couples during the 4th century BCE?
The Spartans.
Nope.
No.
Can I guess? Can I
No,
guess?
that's Sparta is not part of Greece.
I want to guess.
Oh.
The
What's your
French
guess?
fries. The French fries.
Mm-mm.
Hmm. Wait. It's a type of military unit. It's like the name of a unit
Uh-huh.
in ancient. Okay. Think about this.
Were they called the Phalanx or something?
No.
No.
That sounds Roman.
You ready?
Yeah. Jeez.
So the answer is the Sacred Band of Thebes.
Oh.
They were organized in 378 by the Theban commander Gorgidas. I might have said that wrong. The reasoning was that lovers would be more committed to fighting for each other than if they were fighting for strangers. So that's cool. What tennis
Was
great
that Thieves or Thebes, like with a B?
with a B, Thebes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
What tennis great came out as a lesbian shortly after being granted U.S. citizenship in 1981?
Navratilova.
Martina.
I have a story about her.
Let's hear it.
So I lived in New York between 93 and 95, and one Saturday night I was going to meet a friend, and I saw her, and she was really dolled up. I mean, well, she was not like, she had makeup on her face and everything. She looked really beautiful, and it had to be her. There was no way it was someone that looked like her. I said, "Are you Martina Navratilova?" And she said, "No, I am not." And it sounded just like her too. She wasn't hiding her voice. She says, "But everyone tells me I look like her." and it was just, there was nothing else. But that was my story of when I ran into Martina Navratilova.
Brian, did she have a tennis racket with her?
No, she was like wearing jeans and a really nice sweater.
She wasn't wearing a tennis skirt?
She looked very, she was just, because you never really, even when you see her for interviews and stuff, you never really see her wearing makeup. And she was not like caked on makeup. It was just, it was a whole different look for her, I think that that was part of her, was that she didn't wear a lot of makeup, or she didn't wear makeup at all most of the time. And
Natural beauty.
but this was, she was did up.
So if you had been Martina Navratilova, would you have lied and said, no, I'm not her?
She was standing outside of a restaurant, so it's possibly she was waiting for a date or someone, I mean, I think that it's, especially when you have people approaching you all the time, if you're famous, you should, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not. You should just be able to say, no, you should be able to kind of ward stuff like that off. I wasn't going to ask her for an autograph or anything, but, I think that, it's bothersome. You're in a private moment waiting for somebody.
Right. I think I would lie if I was her.
Yeah.
But, there's no way it wasn't her.
Yeah.
All right. So which U.S. president, when asked whether his son was gay, responded, "He's all man. We made sure of that."
Reagan.
No.
It was Reagan.
It was Reagan.
Oh.
Because he was a dancer.
Yes, he made this while campaigning. His son married prior to the election, and Barry Goldwater was the one who was questioning about whether or not he was gay.
Wow, that goes back, 40 years. I didn't think it was even on the table back then. I mean, wow, that's crazy.
No, his son was a professional dancer.
Mhm.
Wow.
All right. So the next one. And I surprised, I thought it was going to be Nixon, but it was Reagan.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Nixon also. But
I think Nixon only had daughters.
oh,
I don't know what Nixon is.
Robert, why don't you Google what kind of children Nixon had for us and tell us?
So we talked about this group earlier, the Sacred Band of Thieves. You guys probably don't know the answer because we didn't know what they were. But how many men were in the elite homosexual group of soldiers?
Like maybe I feel like it's some number like 144, like 12 squared.
I'll give you a hint. There's a movie about the same number.
300.
Yes.
Now, but I did know that in most of the ancient armies of that time in that area that was part of the deal was the younger soldiers were basically, you know, when they were out on campaign, the senior soldiers had a young soldier that was their, I guess, their war wife or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got older, you got to have somebody for yourself. And it was
Right.
probably known by the women that this happened, and it wasn't a big deal to anyone.
Right.
It was part of the way it was.
Could I ask a question?
Yep. What's up?
What was one of the earliest texts which suggested homosexuality, which most people read in college social studies and humanities?
The Magna Carta.
No.
Damn. Think about this.
Who took humanities in college?
Why?
What were the books they made you read in that class?
I don't know. I mean, I was an English major, so there was a lot of them. But is this like something that would be unexpected?
No.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of gay shit in the Bible.
Ding. I remember it was the Iliad by Homer.
Oh, okay.
It suggested same-sex relationships between soldiers.
Because in the Bible, David and Jonathan were totally gay together.
Oh, so David, like King David, or
Yeah, I mean, David literally says, "I love you like I would love a woman." Like he literally says that.
In which version? I'm just kidding. Let's not go down.
And then
that.
they made a song
Let's
about
not go that far.
Love me like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've talked about the Kinsey scale before.
Yeah,
on
we have, right? We have, yeah. Mhm.
On the Kinsey scale,
wasn't
what number?
it wasn't a digital scale. It was a regular analog scale, right?
Yes. On the Kinsey scale,
What the
what
fuck?
number represents someone who only has romantic feelings for the same sex?
Say that again.
On the Kinsey scale, what number represents someone who only has romantic feelings for the same sex?
I'm gonna say only. I think 6.
6.
Correct.
Six.
Okay.
So absolute heterosexuality was 0 and absolute homosexuality was 6.
Is that as high as it went? I haven't studied the Kinsey scale yet, so.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It was just about sexual preference and that people are on a continuum. Everyone is on a continuum.
Great, great biopic too, by the way,
Yeah, I saw the movie.
with Liam Neeson. Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
And,
yeah, see that. Yeah.
What's his name? Skarsgård was in it. Peter Skarsgård.
Yep. Skarsgård was in it too. Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
I think he was actually nominated for that. I don't know.
He was. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I have another question.
Okay.
What was the name of the man where there was rumors that JFK had a same-sex relationship with?
I didn't know
Oh, I
about
know this.
Mm.
I didn't know
Oh,
and, God, I don't know about that one.
wait a minute.
Richard Nixon
No.
would not be an interesting one.
JFK. Oh
No.
man.
Richard
think
Nixon.
about this.
I remember this from the Chappaquiddick movie and I can't remember it.
Oh,
Was
Yeah.
it
I never heard of this before.
what was his name?
But you know, JFK was a real pretty boy. And
So I cheated and I looked it up. Do you want me to, can I say, or should I wait for somebody else? Because it's like a random dude.
Oh,
random
oh.
dude.
Not a random dude. It was like his best friend. Like they were always together. But yeah, you can give us the answer.
It was,
Yeah, his name was Lim Billings.
right. And he dressed up in drag as Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that's tantalizing. Okay, wow.
what's your-
Marilyn Monroe. Wow. Okay. Right, because they had a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
That was false. I made this last part up. It was a lie.
Lynn Billings.
You're a jerk. All right. In what year did the American Psychological Association remove homosexuality from its list of mental disorders?
Ooh.
Was it
2005.
68? It was around the end of the 60s and the beginning of the 70s because my former denomination, the United Methodists, like they started going ape shit about like banning gayness in response to the. So was it 68?
Wasn't 68, but you're in the right ballpark.
72?
73.
73.
was
Okay.
I was
So
wrong.
right around the same time because Roe v. Wade was around then too, right?
I said something.
That was 75. Was Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard a whole thing on NPR about how they, you know, how they had doctors come in and testify in court cases, and then in Congress and everything about everything. And so it's how they did it incrementally to make it, you know, as something very scientific, and you know, which it was, but you know, they had like, you know, geneticists and everything like that were really studying the gay gene and everything.
This is a Starchild question.
Okay.
LGBT individuals became members of this profession in Native American tribes.
Profession. And so would this be like medicine people or shamans or something like that?
Yep, that's the answer,
Yeah.
shaman.
Wow.
I knew that.
Well, and you know, like honestly, throughout human history, like we were the medicine people, you know. I mean, it's only the recent blip of patriarchy, like, and you know, Western civilization, where you know we're like pariahs, but like, you know,
That,
coming back.
supposedly, you know, they say a lot of the shamans and like African and Amazonian tribes are actually would be considered schizophrenic in the States because they have these
Right.
out of body experiences and stuff like that, but they're revered there. So it's a whole
Yep.
different, it's a whole different thing when you don't live in a place with all this, with all the education and all the, not that they didn't have their own form of education, but you know, with and all the technology.
Right, and just having a standardized kind of, you know, Western framework for understanding reality.
I have another question.
Okay.
This has to do with Ted Edward Kennedy.
Okay.
What was his recommendation for what a man should wear at a gay civil rights action?
Oh, he had a recommendation for something like that?
Oh, yeah.
That I did not.
It was probably more of like a polo and khakis or something like that, probably something more conservative.
No, that wasn't it.
Was it something more conservative than a tank top and dolphin shorts?
Well, you had your guess. You need to let somebody else take a guess.
Well, I'm just asking the direction they need to take.
Was it like a suit and tie? I mean, like, you know,
That's it. When GLBT people started doing civil rights actions, he said the men should wear suits and the women should wear dresses.
wow. Oh, all right. All right. That was just a guess on my part. I didn't know that.
Actually, I have a poem about this. What popular symbol of gay pride originated in Nazi concentration camps?
The rainbow flag?
No,
The pink triangle.
correct. Pink triangle. They were forced to wear pink triangles on their
That's
Mm.
for like for identification. Yeah, to identify them.
They were like stars.
but yeah, but now it's a symbol of gay pride. Like people continue to wear them.
Right. Wow.
This is one I did not know. In 1998, rock singer Rob Halford came out as a gay man on MTV. For what band was Halford the frontman?
It was Judas Priest, wasn't it?
Yes, it is.
Mm.
Well, you're in a roll.
There was a movie about that, wasn't there? Or a made-for-TV movie about that?
Judas Priest?
Yeah. I think there was something. I think there was a made-for-TV thing.
Yeah, there was never a Hollywood biopic about them yet.
I saw it on something. I don't know. Maybe it was part of another movie.
Yeah, it may have been. Yeah.
Carolissima, what was the first state to legalize gay marriage?
Ding, ding, ding.
Massachusetts?
Was it Maine?
Maine.
It was certainly
Oh,
wasn't out. No, it's Massachusetts.
it was Massachusetts. I got Massachusetts and Maine mixed up
That's
in my
okay.
head.
I was about to say when you were saying me, I was thinking about my where I grew up, and that was Alabama. It certainly was not Alabama.
In 1997, famous Italian clothing designer Gianni Versace was murdered. What city did it take place in?
Really, Miami Beach.
Yes, Miami Beach, Florida.
I have
This
a
is nice.
question.
Okay.
What was the first successful song that RuPaul recorded, which led her on her path to her fame?
That supermodel.
That's it, Supermodel.
There you go, RuPaul. RuPaul was killing it. Like after our last show, like I just went back and like did some research on RuPaul, and like he wasn't lying. Like they are doing wonders for the drag community.
Well, I mean, how many different countries have drag races, and how many different countries have unlicensed drag races? You know, have copycats that they didn't license, because that's a whole nother issue, I'm sure.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's got his own little network, you know, that you can subscribe to, and
And he has the drag race show.
Yeah.
well, there's all the international drag race shows, and then a lot of the people who do drag who won and who have become big have shows on that, and then they have a lot of the tours for all the people are all through the same company.
Yeah. Well, that's what so last month we had Alex on the show. And he was saying,
yeah, right. Yeah. How'd that go anyway?
Yeah. He was saying how like the people who have been on the show, like they get booked and they make so much money that like when you're not on the show, it makes it harder for you to whatchamacallit, like be booked. But he's but because of it, there's so much more, like more people are willing to go and like support it because of the show. So that's cool.
But also,
Alright.
people, I guess, are going to be all are going to make trolly comments about how people aren't doing a certain thing on stage and stuff like that. How they're not making a perfect. They're not giving people time to work out their acts and go through their problems. I'm sure. You know, I mean, you can't be good at first.
Yeah.
You have to find a drag mom and all that stuff.
Yeah, he talked about all of that.
I have another
Could have been
one.
here.
If I
have
lived in Delaware, I'd let Robert be my drag mom, but I don't live in Delaware.
I have another one.
Okay.
Who was the first lesbian who was elected to the House of Representatives in the United States?
Mm.
Good question.
That Tammy woman?
No, that isn't what it says on Google.
I'm not even trying to use Google. I'm just trying to. Let's see.
Was she military?
Sarah? Was it Sarah?
It was earlier than Tammy.
Okay.
Uh,
Cinema is bi, so she doesn't count anyways because who knows if she's even telling the truth about being bi. So I hate to say that, but I don't.
Jesus.
Diane
Who the hell
Feinstein.
was
No, I'm just
this?
Elaine Noble, a Democrat from Massachusetts, was elected in 1974. She served 2 terms starting in January 75.
Was she out?
It doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
I would assume she probably wasn't.
Yeah, probably not. I doubt it.
Is that around the same time with Harvey Milk?
So I have a question about out.
Harvey Milk. Yeah, hold on. Harvey Milk was earlier than that,
Oh, wow.
I think.
Okay.
No, Diane Feinstein, the one who just passed, is the one who had to announce his assassination.
Oh,
So
really?
no,
Harvey Milk was killed in the late
Was that when she was
70s.
mayor?
So Noble was out, and there was like in her election, like people like there was all this like terrorism against her. Like people were like shooting, like trying to assassinate her and all this shit. And so
So was Dianne Feinstein mayor of San Francisco?
Mhm.
What
Yes.
happened?
She was
So
the
that
mayor.
was-
Yeah, she was mayor. Yeah.
So I have an entertainment question.
Okay.
On the Ellen show, where did Ellen come out?
Airport.
That's it, at the airport.
It was a mistake. The stewardess's little thing was on. I mean, the gate agent's thing was on by mistake.
And Brian, who was the guest star on her show in that episode?
Are you talking about Laura Dern? Was the girlfriend?
That's right, Laura Dern was.
Wow,
the
you're on fire.
It was
Laura
big
Dern.
news.
Yeah, wow.
And you know I have a little thing. So the guy who was the producer of the Ellen show,
Yeah.
who told Ellen, and I think that he stopped being the producer when she made the decision. His name is David Rosenthal. He was also a producer
Oh.
of Gilmore
Okay.
Girls and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He had some kind of issue with Heidi Fleiss or something sometime in his history. He was on when I went to Israel on a youth group trip. He was on my youth group trip to Israel. I didn't know that he was a producer, and when I was in college, I went to this advertising convention in Chicago, and I went out to dinner with this girl who was on my youth group trip, and she said that she had oh no, it was I stayed in touch with her, and then like a few years later, she said that she had contacted him because she saw his name, on something, and it was probably quite a while later. But she told me that he was a producer. He had become a big producer in Hollywood, but he was like the producer who did not want, who thought it was going to be ratings bad for the ratings and everything. Which it probably might have been, but it wasn't. It was certainly the wrong thing to say and do.
All right. So better known for his place in the civil rights movement, what gay African-American authors' works include The Fire Next Time and Sonny's Blues?
James Baldwin.
Yes, sir.
That was a softball question, but cool. Anyway.
What semi-iconic superhero win was revived by DC Comics as a 24th century lesbian?
Oh, I think I know this actually. Was it Miss Marvel?
It was not.
Can I guess? Was
Yeah.
it Wilma from Bedrock?
Is that a DC comic?
No.
No, that's the only one I could think of.
Are you suggesting that Wilma and Fred were a bearded couple? They were each other's beard? Which means that
Yes.
that
That makes
Pebbles-
sense. Wilma and
Pebbles
Betty
was a
had
beard
something
baby?
going on.
Yeah, I have another question since we haven't had any history on bisexuals. Who are the
You gotta
most?
get an answer to my question first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, it was Batwoman. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
That's right. They had the TV show where she was.
That's right. In the CW, the CW show. That's right.
Yeah, because Batman and Robin were originally intended to be a gay couple, but due to backlash, they couldn't leave it that way, so they made Batwoman as a counterpart. But then in later things, like 2006, they made it different so that she was gay.
You know, on Peanuts, Peppermint Patty was supposedly a lesbian.
That makes sense.
Well, Marcy probably was too. You know, and she was probably the more dominant one in the relationship. Behind closed doors. She might have called her sir in public, but you know, she was a little bit smarter than Peppermint Patty.
Let's hear about the bisexuals.
So we didn't have a question about bisexual. So let's just go with who are among the most famous bisexuals. You could just screen them out and then I'll read the short Google list.
George Michael, Prince.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Only
Pretty
only
sure,
one under
although
25.
he's mostly just interested in
George Michael wasn't
22-year-old women.
George Michael wasn't bisexual. I think he was homosexual.
He was officially bisexual. I mean, Freddie Mercury was supposedly officially bisexual.
I think a lot of people who like that are.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah, I was gonna say
Bowie was actually.
Yeah, Bowie was bisexual. Mhm.
Yeah.
So I'll read the list.
Prince.
Virginia Woolf,
Hmm.
Giacomo Casanova, Lou Reed, Walt Whitman, Josephine Baker, Oscar Wilde, Greta Garbo, Malcolm X, Anais Nin, Alec Guinness, Billie
know about that
Holiday, and
Alec Guinness. Wow.
Alfred Kinsey and Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor Roosevelt was pretty well known that she was having.
Roosevelt. Yeah, that actually, I think there was a mini series about the Roosevelts, and
Wasn't she having the affair with his secretary or
yeah,
something?
she was in that show. Yeah, in that
Well, I think
series.
that I think that they sort of had an agreement about, you know, they had their own agreement about things probably.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
All right. I mean, this one still includes bisexuals. Although the age of consent was not lowered to 16, which is equal for heterosexuals until 2001, homosexuality was decriminalized in the UK in 1967. What was the age of consent for homosexuals at that time?
Oh, I'm gonna say it was maybe even older than that.
Probably like
Than-
1 or 22.
yeah, I'm gonna say like 20,
21,
21. Okay.
all the way up until 2001, and then it was lowered to equal the age for heterosexual.
I figured it was gonna be older. Yeah.
And in some states in the United States, you can still marry off your 12-year-old child. So
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
for 100 sheep.
Well,
That's the dowry now?
I guess that's all in the name of all in the name of religion because
Mhm.
it's insane.
So I have another one. Who was the creator of the rainbow flag?
Hmm.
Add that up.
Jim Henson.
No.
Jim Henson.
Rainbow Connection. Sorry. He was an ally. Nonetheless.
Gilbert Baker in 1978.
Okay, that's a good one. All right, that's a good one. Yeah.
Man and drag queen created designed the first rainbow flag.
That was also the same year that Harvey Milk was assassinated.
I have to make someone co-host because someone's trying to log into the account.
Oh,
Is it Marissa?
Probably. She seems to think that everyone can log in at the same time. So if I get kicked out, that's why. I declined it.
You can make me co-host. I'm just looking for people to let in until Marissa comes in.
No, I just want, if it kicked me out, it said it was going to kick me out.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Okay. I have an entertainment question. What was Judy Garland's original name?
Mm.
wait, you mean her like,
Born
her real
Her
name?
birth
Birth
name.
name.
Her
Birth
name.
I feel like it was a Jewish last name.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, I don't know it offhand.
Frances Ethel Gum.
Oh, guess not.
Well, I
Frances.
mean, like Ethel is that's a very Jewish name.
Yeah.
But
Frances. I'd have changed it to Judy too.
Well,
Yeah.
the studios are the ones that come up with all the stage names. They don't. In those days,
yeah, that's
stage names were
good,
not.
yeah.
They didn't sit down with the star and say, "Hey, what would you like to make your stage name into? Because it sounds too Jewish or too Irish or too this or too that." You know.
Well, what's her name? Natalie, the one who drowned.
Natalie Wood.
Yeah, she was originally Natalia, something really like Russian sounding, and they made her change it to Wood because it sounded foreign and it made her less. It sounded Russian, and at the time we were like enemies of Russia. Anyway.
Oh, and what movie? What was her? I don't know if it was her first movie, but what movie was she really famous for as a child actor? Natalie Wood.
Wasn't it Rebel Without a Cause?
No, as a child actor. She was an
Oh.
adult by then.
Child actor?
Was she a miracle on 34th
Miracle
Street?
on
Yeah,
34th.
absolutely.
She was
Yes,
in
she
that.
was.
Oh, I didn't know it was that one. Yeah, she was in that.
Mm.
She was all. Wasn't she? Was she Gypsy Rose Lee?
Hmm?
I think she was Gypsy. Was she Gypsy Rose Lee? Was
And what?
in
Mhm.
Gypsy in the movie Gypsy? Was I think Natalie?
Yes.
I don't know.
Part of
Did she
her.
act-
Frame.
Did she actually sing, or is it always someone else?
Well, in a lot of the movies, it was Marnie somebody or another who sang for a lot of the different actresses, like Audrey Hepburn but I would think maybe Natalie would be able to sing that. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think that that singing would have been as hard as something like My Fair Lady was.
Are you talking about West Side Story?
No, I was talking about he was talking about like in Gypsy.
Oh, I was gonna say in West Side Story, she sings some parts, but some parts were sung by other people. But on the actual whatchamacallit, it wasn't her.
Oh, you mean on the Broadway cast recording? On the soundtrack? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the soundtrack, it wasn't her.
Oh, the soundtrack to the movie, you mean?
Soundtrack to the movie.
She was
That's what I
Maria.
meant. Yeah.
Okay. I have another trans question. Who
Okay.
threw the first brick at Stonewall?
Marsha P.
He's saying Marsha P. Johnson.
Yeah. Is that wrong?
Well, there's actually uncertainty. Some people
Mm.
say it was Marsha, other people say it was Sylvia Rivera.
So an interesting Rusty fact was saying that Marsha P. and Sylvia Rivera were outside of Stonewall, but they would have never been a patron at Stonewall, because in those days the gay bars were very segregated amongst groups,
Mm.
and
They
that
were attacked outside of Stonewall.
Yeah.
though.
well, yeah, but what happened was that when people started, coming around to outside Stonewall, they then coordinate all the people that were kept inside, like Rusty, were different people. But a lot of the people who were actually outside were people that probably would have never been patrons there.
Hmm.
Well, that's usually how it works, and people fighting for it aren't usually people who benefit.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
All right. We got 10 more minutes. Had a few more. These ones are hard. Let me find a different.
I have another one.
Okay.
Okay. Who added the Q to GLBTQ?
Hmm.
Is it queer or questioning, or either one or both? What was it first? What was the first Q? What was it first meant? Either queer or questioning, right?
I'm trying to think. Wait, who added it? Who added the Q?
Queen Elizabeth.
Yes. No. It was a group, an organization.
Is it the Lambda?
No. it
Oh,
was-
wait a minute. I think I know this one. Hold on.
Gay flag.
no.
No, hold on. Wait. Was it GLAD?
Yes, glad.
It's
And
one of
the
those
Q
things.
standing for queer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait, what year is that?
Let me see.
19.
I think 2015.
Oh, it was that recently. Okay. Oh yeah. Was it 16 or 15? 16?
2015.
15.
That-
Okay.
it was really that
yeah,
recent?
it was GLAD though. Yeah, it was okay. That one I knew.
And I is intersex and A is asexual.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what's the A? And the A stands for is what? Androgynous?
No, asexual.
Asexual.
There's
Oh,
two A's.
asexual.
And are aromantic.
Oh, okay.
There's no other new letters, are there?
They added 2A to the beginning of it.
And you can have
Two A?
two spirit.
2S for two spirit. To
Yeah.
beginning
Okay.
with 2S LGBTQIA+.
Wow.
There's a P in there.
Uh-huh.
It stands for pansexual, but they keep trying to say it's for
They can't find the right place to put it.
no, so they added a P at one point for pansexual, but it keeps getting taken for
Pervert.
the people who love little kids. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Right.
Well, of course. Yeah. Ah, jeez.
Pedo.
Pedophiles.
Yeah. So because of that,
Or in England they say pedo.
Mhm.
I have a literature question.
Okay.
Okay.
What literary magazine is the longest existing gay literary magazine?
Literary magazine? Well, I mean,
Yes.
The Advocate is not literary, so
Uh,
So for poetry, fiction, that type of stuff.
That's correct. Art, cartoons. Hmm.
art and cartoons. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Mad Magazine?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
What is it called?
Yeah, but Mad is no longer, right?
Was it Mad
No,
Magazine?
No, Mad isn't a gay magazine. Okay, it's called Radical Fairy Diary.
Oh, I would never have guessed that. All right.
Yeah, I don't know
Okay.
that.
Alright.
So you asked about Gilbert Blaker and the pride flag. How many colors did the original have?
How many colors?
4.
5. No.
7,
7.
6, 22. I'm just making my niece shake her head no. Like, you ain't coming to Thanksgiving dinner this year.
8.
8.
Wait.
Wow.
But there's 7 now, right?
I don't know. I don't have a gay flag. Surprisingly, in my house.
Well, somebody can Google it.
What was the dance form created by Black and Latino trans, gay, and queer young people in the
Voguing.
Okay. Yes, voguing.
That was then co-opted by Madonna. She took some of those people on tour with her and didn't fully pay them. Yes.
Ooh.
Who was the first
made a
known
book of it, yeah.
LGBTQ astronaut?
Sally Ride?
Yes.
What year did the Supreme Court grant gay marriage?
2002.
No, higher.
It was later than way later than that. It was
Was
later.
it, was it 2010?
2012.
Higher.
Really? 16.
Lower.
15. 15.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
15.
Right, right at the end of Obama. I guess.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're. All right. And what year was the first NFL football player come out as gay?
You mean while in the NFL or?
First former NFL football player.
No.
Hmm.
What year? And
Pretty recent, isn't it? Like within the teens somewhat, is it? No? Someone came out in the zeros? In the 90s?
Oh, wow.
the
The
90s.
80s?
No, I think it's
70s?
more. I think it's the 2000s.
I said the zeros.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's the 2000s. I don't know who it is though.
First former NFL player who came out as a homosexual.
Yes.
Well, you're going to have to give us the answer because we're all guessing wrong. So
You were close. It was 1975. And it was Dave Cope.
Oh,
Dave who?
Cope? Or Cope? Kopay.
that sounds like, was he a kicker?
No, he was a running back.
Oh, okay. Huh.
It was because he couldn't get a job as a coach afterwards, so he ended up coming out. He was mad about that. So he wanted to speak out about the homophobia.
I have another sports question.
Okay.
What was the dress code for the first Olympics?
The first Olympics.
Talking about back in Greece, they were nude.
That's it. They were nude.
Of course, that would be your question.
But when did the modern Olympics start?
I don't. Is there a difference between the past? Hasn't it just kept going?
No, we're modern. I
like
think the modern Olympics were
1918?
there.
But the first Olympics was what, 19?
Was it in the 1900s?
It was no. Wait, the first Olympics ever was in like
Not-
the
No, not
1890s.
ever. No, I'm talking about the first modern Olympics.
Oh, modern Olympics.
I think it's 20th century, but
I think it's
1896.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said 1890s. Yeah,
missed it by
But-
4 years.
yeah.
Missed it by 4 years. Oh, man.
And the first Olympics was in 776 BC.
Jeez. Did they light a torch and all that when they did it? That's the only part that I watch is the lighting of the torch. And then I'm like, I'm going to watch the Olympics this year. And then I don't.
Your face is now black, Doug.
Oh, mine.
Now it's back.
Oh,
It's like your everything. Oh, there now.
there we
now,
go.
Now everything is basically, it was just your face and your
I-
goatee.
We're shrouded in darkness.
Come
Yeah.
on, Doug.
First
Don't be
of all,
doing
yeah, the
blackface on my
first thing you have to
podcast
do
and getting us canceled, okay? What else you got, Robert? I'm all out of questions.
Well, have we asked everything? We did GLBTQ.
Yeah, we covered a lot. Yeah.
We didn't
Eric,
do
you
any
have-
of the A's,
Terry-
right?
Terry, do you have any questions?
Nope.
You guys weren't here, but we learned
Nope.
a fun fact last month as well. The first drag balls were started by an enslaved black man.
By who?
An enslaved black man.
Wow.
I forgot his name. I think it was Thomas. So.
God,
Okay, let's go. Let's finish this. In what does the letters that were added to GLBTQ IA stand for?
we went through that. I was intersex and asexual.
That's it. We did. Did we do it? Oh, I must have had a blackout. That's it.
All right.
They're
Well,
trying,
guys,
they're trying to put a P in there for pansexual, but we can't do that because it means pedophile. So
yes. Please, sir, can I have some more? It's been an hour, a great hour, of going over LGBTQ history. I implore anyone to do their research and learn some more this month. It is, like I said, LGBTQ History Month. And on October 11th is National Coming Out Day, so please make sure to celebrate that as well. This has been the Out Loud podcast in conjunction with the Out Loud anthology. It's also LGBTQ book history month or something like that. It's something about books. So anyone who does not have a copy of this book that is in the Zoom room today, if you would like a copy, Marissa has agreed to send it to you free of charge. So let me know.
Awesome.
Let me know. Other than that, it's been a
who all
pleasure.
in this room was in there, by the way?
Everyone except Nemo, I think. Maybe Terry.
Yeah, Marissa printed my erotica.
Mm.
Nice.
Are you surprised I wrote erotica?
In here?
Uh-huh.
Where? Now I gotta go back because I feel like I
Did the art book come out yet? Not.
not for out loud.
No.
Wasn't there an out loud art book that was supposed to come out?
Mm.
That was the gun. The gun had the art book, right? Okay.
Yeah, but my erotic piece is called Uncut.
Oh. I guess I'm just so dumb I didn't realize it was erotic. Folded in pleats, creased like silk crepe paper, seem so crunched together, soon blood will pull out a cloud, which yearns for sky, like water yearns to fall on white rocks. Got it.
Must have been harder to get it because you're a lesbian.
Probably. All right, I'm gonna stop the
You
recording.
officially used that word with H in it, didn't you?
Huh? What'd you say?
He intentionally said harder because he wanted to the pun there.
I guess.
Well, thank you for hosting this. It was fun.